You know, I expect my political opponents to criticize me. These are folks, there's a handful of partisan Democrats at the state and federal level that apparently aren't interested in government reform. They're not interested in reducing taxes and regulation. They're not interested in seeing positive changes that need to be made at every level of government. I have great confidence in Fred Malek from his days at West Point, Harvard Business School, serving U.S. presidents, and turning Marriott Corporation around, that he's the right guy to help to lead us. This is 31 outstanding Virginians that are volunteering their time without compensation in order to help reform government. I think they're going to do a great job. And I'd say to those Democrats, I mean, we've got 7, 8 members of this commission that are Democrats. They're going to do a great job. There's broad bipartisan support. And so those Democrats that just want to complain and aren't interested in government reform, don't want to get things done, I tell them to stay out of the way. Watch us reform government. We'll make great presentations to the General Assembly. And I'm here to get things done and to get reforms done, not to engage in partisan rhetoric. So it's very disappointing.
Governor, you know it's an election season, and I read in the paper where Mr. Malek has given over, I think it was $1 million in the last 10 years. There are races for Congress. There are races for all myriad of things. He's been very active, Mr. Malek has, in terms of contributing. Do you think during this period he should refrain from making any political contributions? And if he doesn't want to, will you ask him to, in keeping with the nonpartisan nature of the commission?
This is a commission focused on government reform. People have their First Amendment rights outside of this meeting to do what they want. There are, again, Republicans and Democrats on here. And I think they're going to be free to do what they want. But when they're at this meeting, participating in these commissions, they're going to be engaged in reforming state government. That's what I want them to do, and I have confidence that they will do that well.
I have a follow-up. When I asked you in Washington concerning new information, I'm sure you read the Washington Post article yesterday, which kind of was a chronology, that Mr. Malek said that he enumerated how many Jews worked in the Nixon administration. Didn't mention the Nixon administration today, just mentioned government. There's new stuff that's come out that his involvement was greater than he originally said, memos that he actually wrote. You said you were unaware of it at this time. Does this new information about his involvement trouble you?
Every major Jewish group that I'm aware of in the country has said that they support Fred Malek. This is not about one person. This is about reforming state government. The bottom line, Mark, is this is a small handful of partisan Democrats that want to make this a partisan issue. The DNC, the DCCC, I'm sure they're concerned that Mr. Malek supports Republicans. I support Republicans. You know what? Over the next couple of months, I'm going to be supporting a lot of Republican candidates for governor and for Congress all over the country. But when I walk into that meeting, I'm going to be supporting good government and government reform. So those partisan Democrats that don't want to participate, I'd say get out of the way. Let us work on reforming government and reducing government spending and doing things smarter. I'm not here to engage in rhetoric. I want to get results. And it's unfortunate that there's some people that aren't interested in that. But the reason I think we've been successful in balancing a budget, $4.2 billion in cuts and not raising taxes and having a broad support from people like Ed Houck and Chuck Colgan saying I did a good job is because we're trying to put partisanship aside when it comes to governing. But people are not going to be giving up their First Amendment rights to serve on a commission. They're doing this for free.
Governor, you said last week that on the radio that you were not aware of the background. Mm-hmm. Have you spoken to Mr. Malek about these issues?
Oh, yeah. I'm confident he's going to do a great job. Now, listen, I'm here to answer questions about this commission. You've heard already, and I hope you'll go back in there and listen, because we're not here today to talk about any one of those 31 members of the commission.